Egon Schiele, Beauty, Distortion, and the Uncomfortable Truth. In the early 20th century, when art was beginning to break away from tradition, one artist chose not to beautify the human body, but to expose it. His name was Egon Schiele. At first glance, his paintings can feel unsettling. The bodies are thin, twisted, sometimes awkward. The poses are not graceful, they are tense, fragile, even confrontational. This is not the kind of beauty we are used to seeing. And that is exactly the point. Schiele was not interested in ideal beauty. He was interested in truth. Born in Austria, Schiele was deeply influenced by Gustav Klimt, but while Klimt painted sensual, decorative worlds filled with gold and softness, Schiele stripped everything away. No ornament, no comfort, no illusion, only the body, and the emotions trapped inside it. His figures often stand against empty backgrounds. There is nowhere to hide, no environment to soften the moment. The viewer is forced into direct confrontation with the subject, and the subject often seems to look back. There is a raw psychological tension in Schiele's work. His figures are not relaxed. They are aware. Their hands twist, their limbs bend at unnatural angles, their expressions hover between vulnerability and defiance. It feels less like observing a painting, and more like intruding on a private moment. Schiele's line work is one of his most powerful tools. Sharp, nervous, almost restless lines define the body. These lines don't just describe form, they express emotion. Every contour feels alive with tension. The skin is often pale, marked with subtle hints of color, reds, browns, shadows that suggest fragility, even decay. His figures feel human in the most honest sense, not perfect, not ideal, but real. And sometimes, uncomfortable. But why does it feel uncomfortable? Because Schiele removes the distance between viewer and subject. In traditional art, beauty creates a safe space. You admire from afar. You appreciate the form. But Schiele does the opposite. He brings you too close. Too close to the body. Too close to the emotion. Too close to the truth. His work often explores themes of isolation, desire, mortality, and identity. These are not simple subjects. They are complex, internal, and often difficult to face. In many of his self-portraits, Schiele turns this intense gaze onto himself. His own body becomes the subject, distorted, exposed, vulnerable. It is not an act of vanity. It is an act of examination. Who am I? What is this body? What does it mean to exist? These questions seem to echo through his work. Schiele lived in a time of cultural tension, where traditional values were being challenged and new ideas about identity, sexuality, and psychology were emerging. His art reflects this shift. It exists on the edge between old and new, between control and chaos. Some of his works were considered controversial, even disturbing, during his lifetime. And even today, they can provoke strong reactions. But that reaction is part of the experience. Schiele does not want passive viewers. He wants engagement, discomfort, reflection. He forces us to confront something we often avoid, the reality of the human condition. Not as we wish it to be, but as it is, fragile, emotional, imperfect, and deeply complex. And yet, within that discomfort, there is something undeniably powerful. Because in stripping away idealization, Schiele reveals a different kind of beauty. Not the beauty of perfection, but the beauty of honesty. Egon Schiele's work reminds us that art is not always meant to comfort. Sometimes, it is meant to challenge, to disturb, to question, to reveal. And in doing so, it shows us not just the human body, but the human soul.